Occasionally I find myself looking on reverb.com at various Marshall amplifiers, and I'm kind of always on the lookout for a deal, but I realize there's none to be had anymore. So today I wanted to take a look at 10 of the most expensive Marshall amps that I could find on there that were not celebrity owned or any kind of auction for a charity or anything. So let's take a look. Number 10, we've got a really super clean 1968 Marshall 50-watt Plexi, also known as the model 1987. And as you can see from the pictures, this thing is super clean. Absolutely just beautiful. Price tag on this one, $7,750. Number 9, we've got a really cool 1968 JMP 100. Now this is the Super PA head here, and in this listing you can see it's missing the logo, but all in all this thing is really super sweet. And it looks like it can come with the coffin cab, which was 4 15-inch speakers in it. 100% original, and they will also separate the cabinet from the head if you'd like. So this one can be yours for $8,500. Coming in at number 8, we got a 1969 Marshall Bluesbreaker model 1961 50-watt tremolo. Now, this amp is totally cool. These are very rare models right here because it's got 4 10-inch speakers instead of 2 12-inch speakers. And of course the Bluesbreaker was the first combo amp that Jim Marshall made. And the nickname Bluesbreaker actually came about from Eric Clapton and John Mayall and the Bluesbreakers. So this amp was designed for Eric Clapton to be able to fit into the trunk of his car for easy transport. This can be yours for only $8,766.17. Number 7 is a really cool 1966 JTM 45. And this one looks like it's in pretty good condition. It's got the expected wear and tear for an amp of that age. This amp is selling for a mere $10,999. Number 6 is another 1966 JTM 45. Now, as we look at this one, first thing that comes to mind is part of the Plexi panel is busted off the left side. 3 of the knobs are missing the gold caps on them, and then it looks like they've put some kind of white paint as the marker on it. This one, the seller is wanting $11,877. As we continue up in price, we come to number 5, which is a 1967 JMP Black Flag. Now the Black Flag circuitry was a super bass 50-watt, and they only made these between 1966 and 1967. So, and I think that was a lot to do with the components that they had on hand and just everything lined up to make an amazing sounding amplifier. So these are very sought after amps that there's just not that many of them available in the marketplace. And if you look here, I mean, the seller wants $14,000 for it. When I look at closed listings or items that have already sold, I see some of the prices the sellers are asking for them. However, what I don't see is what the buyer actually paid for the amp. So behind the scenes, when you hit that make offer button, you're now in a negotiation back and forth with the seller. And Reverb doesn't take that into account. When they mark the item as sold, you won't see what the item actually sold for, which can kind of give this false sense of worth to somebody like me who might be wanting to sell an amp on there. And I see that the same amp sold for X amount of dollars, but that's really not always the case. So are these amps really worth the prices that the sellers are asking for them? Coming in at number 4, we have a 1965 JTM 45. And first thing that we see in this photo is it's got the older logo style on the front of it. The amp itself is really, really cool. I mean, it's just oozing vintage vibe to it. It says it's in 100% working order, the holy grail of sound. And we will accept offers, and I'll even make you a video demonstrating if you're a serious buyer. seller dropped the price on this by $4,700, bringing it to $14,300. Number 3 is another rarity. This is a 1966 JTM 100. This is the Super PA, and it actually comes with matching cabinets that are loaded with 20-watt greenbacks. So really rare on these cabinets. These amps are just becoming harder and harder to really find in good condition where they haven't been modified and just beat to hell. So this one, as you can see, the price tag on it is quite steep at $29,000. Coming in at number 2, it doesn't get a whole lot cooler than this if you've got the cash to drop on something like this. This is a 1965-ish JTM 45 100 full stack with just the sweet pinstripe cabinets. I mean, this thing just looks epic. Asking price, $34,995. Now coming in at number 1 is the most expensive Marshall that I could find that was not celebrity owned or a charity auction of any sort. This is a 1972 Plexi modded by John Suhr. Not only is it the amp, it comes with a JCM 800 cabinet as well as a Fryette power station to help control that beast. Could be yours for $150,000. Hey, let me know what you guys thought about the video. Drop me those comments down below on some of the prices you've seen lately for vintage Marshall amps, or what you used to pay for vintage Marshall amps years ago. And if you found value in this video, hit that subscribe button for me and the like. And until next time, keep rocking on.